This one comes from Bo. He says, what do y'all think Arkansas' ceiling and floor is for this upcoming football season? Man, to me, the floor, I think, is 3 wins. I mean, I think that's the worst. The ceiling, golly, this sucks to say this. The ceiling to me is 6-6. That's the ceiling, man.
I was gonna say 7.
I mean, I
want with 8 in a bowl.
I think you'd win. I think you can win 9 with the bowl. That would be that's the ceiling. But that would require. Here's the thing. Here's what that would require. So you start off, 4-0 with Memphis and Ole Miss. You'd have to win both of those games. You'd have to pull off one of those road upsets of like LSU or something like that. Yeah, no, I'd 7-5 actually.
But
I changed my mind. Mid-answer, I changed my mind. It's 7-5, 8 with a bowl game. 8-5 is the ceiling.
For Arkansas to do that, to your point, Andrew, is like, which is funny because we talked about how bad they are at home. Like, they would have to just win all their home games, which honestly is probably their easiest games to win, is all their home games, besides Notre Dame. That would be really tough. But
how many auto losses are there on the schedule? Like auto losses?
Well, I mean, I think Texas is an auto loss.
Yes.
I think honestly, Tennessee's an auto loss. I really do. I know that you guys may agree, but I think that's an auto loss. I think also
Notre Dame is probably up there. Is probably an auto loss because they were a playoff team. They're not going to be bad.
Yeah. What are the auto wins?
Alabama, A&M. That is. I think you have
Arkansas State. I mean, come on, man.
Arkansas State's an auto win. No, they are an auto win. Undoubtedly, they are an auto win.
Like they should. If they're going to get where they want, like they would need to win that 2-week stretch against Auburn and Mississippi State at home, which they don't play well at home. But like those are 2 games. Like if you're going to make a bowl and everything, you should win at home. And honestly, Missouri should be in on that too, but they're not going to beat Missouri. Like they're just not going to do it.
I can declare 8-4 the ceiling because if you beat Missouri, Ole Miss, which are very hard, you beat Auburn, you beat Mississippi State, who you beat last year, and then you beat Memphis, you beat Alabama A&M. What's the other non-conference game?
Arkansas State.
Is that 7 wins? Is there no more wins left?
I wasn't counting with you, but I think that's right. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know, man. Because there's some of these, like A&M. I have no idea what to expect out of A&M. Yeah. I have no idea. I don't know if they're going to be, I feel like they're going to be better than Arkansas, but are they going to be a team that goes 7-5? Or are they going to be a team that goes 10-2? I don't know.
Right. Hey, David, what we're doing is talking about the
ceiling.
The ceiling and the floor. Yeah. We're responding to the question.
We all agree the floor is 3-9. That's the floor.
Yeah, exactly.
The ceiling,
3-9 floor. Final
and understand what ceiling means. It means like all the like the 50-50s going your way. You know, like the ball bouncing your way every time. Mm-hmm. That's what a ceiling is. So
yeah. Well, Heartbroken Hog even says ceiling 9-3. TG wins Heisman. Floors 4-8. Sam fired, buddy. I don't know if that's a ceiling.
I mean, like the only thing. I don't know. I mean, I just don't know. I don't know if you think Taylor Green is a Heisman potential type of quarterback, then anything under 6-6 should not be acceptable at all. You know what I mean? Like then your floor should be 6-6. If you think Taylor Green can win the Heisman.
I mean, it's not saying anything bad against Taylor Green, but man, to have that happen would take so much for other teams to not do. Let's see. Rob also says, if you were Sam and thought you had 7 wins in the regular season, would you tell anybody?
So the answer here is no, because even if he thought he had 9 wins, coaches don't really do that. You know what I mean? They don't go to the meeting and be like, you know what, guys, I think we can go 8-4. I think we got it. You know what I mean? But seriously though, no, still. And I also wouldn't be like pumping my chest if I were Sam Pittman, thinking even if I had an angel come and tell me you're guaranteed to go 7-5, I still wouldn't pump my chest out because that's hard to pump your chest out about. You know what I mean? Like, and we just said 7-5 is the ceiling. I would probably just lean into this underdog role and be like, listen, everyone's counting us out. Everyone thinks we can't compete. Let's just see what happens. And then if you go 7-5, like that's, you know, I think Hog fans would get behind that, honestly.
Yeah, no, maybe so. J. Peter 6 says, put TG on a better team and he'd be in the conversation at least. he wasn't in the conversation at Boise. So, I mean,
a team that had a Heisman finalist, by the way.
Yeah, a better team with a more favorable path to putting up those stats. So.
And by the way, we defended Taylor Green as much as anybody in the state last year. It was you guys, and I'm not saying you specifically, whoever was a commenter, but like it was the fans that hated Taylor Green, that were like wanting to replace him and all that. I don't know how we went from he shouldn't start over Malachi Singleton to he should be in the Heisman conversation. Where the hell? Where did we get there? Where did we get there? What happened?
Well, again, it goes from some fans have a reasonable thing down here, and some people have a reasonable thing up here. It's like this is talking season. People are going to fluctuate like crazy for sure.
Some guys are just collegiate athletes that just are going to play there 4 or 5 years, and they're going to go on it. Like some guys are just guys. You know what I mean? Like not everybody has a freaking a floor of they're the worst player ever in the ceiling of a Heisman.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I like this from Austin from work, where he just goes, "Let's be honest, though. I'm one coach video from buying in." Which
a lot of folks are, man. I love those videos.
Listen, if Travis Williams, starts really buying me in again, and he just turns this defense into a competent one, I'll get behind him. I'll hear him out.
Yeah, I mean, no. If he has this defense, honestly, if he has this defense, statistically speaking, as good as it was, or at least the same level as it was last year, that's going to be an incredible thing to me. Like incredible, because you don't have Landon Jackson.
It would be impressive. And honestly, I think I said that last year. I was like, dude, if Arkansas has a competent defense, I will be very impressed with T. Will. And I don't know. I'm referring to T. Will, the defensive coordinator, because obviously he's the one who gets to choose the defense as well. So.
Right. Exactly. We'll get to more of your chats, folks. But I want to remind everybody that here on the show, we're brought to you by our friends over at Freedom Boat Club of Arkansas. The weather is great outside, and you want to be on a boat because there's something about nice weather, being on a boat, especially here in the state of Arkansas, and one of the great bodies of water that they have, and just relaxing, kicking back. But then if you own your own boat, you know that you got to pay for it. You got to get the slip, you got maintenance, you got all that nonsense you got to deal with. And it sucks. Nobody wants to deal with that. Well, luckily for you, that's what Freedom Boat Club of Arkansas can help you out with. You get access to the boats, but without commitment. This is the boating that fits your lifestyle. It's fun, flexible, and stress-free. They got 3 locations in Arkansas where lake time is closer than you think. If it's Greers Ferry Lake, if it's Lake Hamilton down in Hot Springs, if it's even on the river down there in Little Rock on the Arkansas River, Freedom Boat Club of Arkansas will make sure that your summer is literally the best one yet. We're excited to be on a boat here soon, and we'll give you some details on that with Freedom Boat Club of Arkansas. But you can check out their website and learn more about them at freedomboatclubar.com. That's freedomboatclubar.com today, or you can scan that QR code at the top right corner of your screen. Learn more about the benefits of joining the club with Freedom Boat Club of Arkansas. A few more chats here too. I like this from Curdy Wilkes. Just says, imagine watching Arkansas lose to Memphis and then getting stabbed walking back to your car. Bad day. Yeah, that would suck. That would be bad. It would be tough.
Way too realistic.
Jeez, man. Let's see. Hazelwood, our guy Hazelwood says, Mike Norvell has built all their rosters entirely through the portal. Their results the past 2 seasons, seen really good, seen really bad. What that method does show is how volatile it can be.
That's true.
I think this is a great point because, again, it's basically what Arkansas's trying to do is just every single year starting from square one. And Florida State is kind of doing a similar thing. Florida State is in a different conference and in a different state and just has a whole different circumstance to operate with. And even they are having extremely tough times sustaining success and really having year consistent, the same expectations. And so it is kind of crazy that, like, that's Arkansas's preferred method of choices. Like, we're going to try and be basically a poor man's version of this program that went 4-8 last year.
Well, and I like this too, because we were talking about the floor and the ceiling and everything. But this comes from Bits for Me. Says, hey, fellas, what is the minimum amount of wins to feel like we had a successful football season? Which, success when it comes to wins and losses is pretty subjective depending on who you are. But if you were going to get done with this year and look back and say that was a successful season, what would that be in wins and losses?
7 regular season.
Even
though it's a harder schedule, like it's not, it has to be better than what last year was. And even that's not going to be enough for a lot of folks out there, you know, and I get the mediocrity and everything like that. But it to me, the strength of schedule argument has gone out the window with the way a lot of people feel. Like, I think they've got to show actual improvement in the win-loss column. And so for me, it would be at least one more than you had a year ago.
Yeah, I think I would accept 6-6 because, you know, what am I going to do? Not accept it? You know, like I don't really have a choice. You know, you get what you get and you don't pitch a fit. But I think 7-5 is the only thing. I don't even know if I would for sure be like thrilled about it. But I would definitely be like, all right, that's a step in the right direction. Cool. And it's not terribly dissimilar from how we felt going into last year, where we were like, they win 6-6, go 6-6, we'll be fine. They go 7-5, we'll be pleased. And I think if they had beaten Missouri at the end of the year, a lot of our conversations this offseason would probably be different. If they go 7-5, especially given the schedule and just kind of the expectation, they would be really outperforming expectations. I'd have a hard time not being like pretty pleased if they went 7-5.
No, if they went 7-5, I'd be thrilled. Like I honestly would, because of the circumstances, the expectation, the schedule. Because let's be honest, if you got 7 wins, we just went through a lot of that schedule. That would include at least 2 like big wins, like really massive wins at least. So yeah, I mean, I'd sign up for that and say it was successful. And I mean, also to take this roster and win more games than what you did last season, where last season was an easier schedule. I mean, you really got to look at it from that lens too.
We would also go into the offseason and be like, you know what? They could build something from this. Because, you know, if Arkansas is going to go 7-5, there would have to be a lot of people step up and give Arkansas good contributions. Obviously, you'd probably have to replace Talon. I guess he maybe would have a year left. Maybe you get him back for a 5th or 6th year, whatever that would be. But, like, I think the program would be in a spot to where you could at least, like, maybe have a stable offseason where you don't have to replace the whole roster. Maybe you're able to add some pieces in, and then you could at least, like, have a good feeling, whereas I don't know if that existed last summer necessarily.
Yeah, and I like that from David. Apparently, he just wanted to be my nickname. He says, John can't accept mediocrity neighbors. How many wins and losses would it take for you to want Sam fired? Well, I think it's tough when you say you want someone fired. But it's, to me, I mean, I was one of those that felt like you should have moved on after this last season. That was just me. But this year, I think that if you go only 6 wins or less, changes have to be made. I just feel that way. You can't have, that would be 3 out of 4 years going 6-6, where the other year going 4-8, and going into that 7th season of Sam Pittman and just expecting that everything's still good in the up and up. You just can't do that. So that would be my thought on it.